I started working odd jobs. Car washing, working in restaurants, picking up beer bottles. There were days I used to feel, what am I doing here, doing all these kind of things? I knew that I had to do well because I had a huge loan to pay off. So instead of being one among the crowd, I thought I have to be different. It taught me. Hello everyone, my name is Ashok Ramachandran and I am the CEO and President of Schindler India. For many of you listening today, my career would seem like a dream come true. A flashy title, CEO of a multinational company, a great lifestyle, and a dream for many. My goal with this Josh Talk today is to inspire all of you who feel that it's difficult for you out there. I hope my journey helps you achieve your personal ambitions. I was born in Chennai and grew up in a typical middle-class family. I was very lucky to have parents who never thrusted their ambitions on me. Failure started off early in my life. But one thing I learned was to fail fast. So when I was in year 11, the first time I failed in my school, physics and chemistry wasn't my favorite subject, whilst math was. I was very good at math, which gave me the confidence to pursue sciences as a subject for further study. But when you're surrounded by friends who are high achievers, it really dents your confidence. Adding to that, I had an older sibling who was extremely successful. So natural comparisons within the family environment and school environment was common. It did not give me much of a direction as to what I wanted to do in life back then. In spite of not being very good at sciences, I still decided to take up engineering for my higher studies. The 4 years of engineering was extremely difficult from my subjects and exams perspective. I started racking up multiple backs, which dented my confidence even further. The best thing to happen was that I passed my engineering in 4 years. It sounds a bit funny to me now when I think back, but at that point of time, it really sucked my confidence and took all the energy out of me. But I knew I had to move forward because my parents had a lot of hopes on me, like most middle-class parents. They used to feel bad for themselves, never sharing their grief with me. Since I didn't graduate with flying colors, I had to find my own way to find a job. And I thought I will go and do higher studies overseas. So when I entered Australia as a master's student, which happened by sheer luck of meeting a friend who was in Australia, I knew that it was going to be life-changing. I went to Australia with a bank loan, a huge bank loan to pay off my school fees for my master's, but I didn't have any money for managing my living expenses. And like most international students, I started working odd jobs. Car washing, working in restaurants, picking up beer bottles, working in call centers, door-to-door sales, you name it, I've done that. There were days I used to feel, what am I doing here, doing all these kind of things, when I'm sure my parents would have taken care of me. But I was out of my comfort zone. First time living alone, working to pay my bills, studying at the same time as well. Life was tough. And there were days I used to feel, I will quit and go back. But no, I did not. I always felt if I'm failing, I'll fail fast and I'll keep moving forward. I did study well, but to find internships, I had to call companies on my own. So during the 2-year studies in Australia, every semester, I used to pick up the yellow pages and call companies and ask them if I can get an internship with them. It taught me to get over stranger anxiety. It taught me that I had no one else but myself to support my life. And that's how I started charging forward. I entered Schindler in 2006 as a first job, and I knew that I had to do well because I had a huge loan to pay off and the parents to support as well, who had given all their income, their life savings, and their energy towards this one son of theirs, which was me. When I joined Schindler, it was an environment where a lot of Australians around me. I was not a super fluent person in English. Getting there, I was getting better, but I knew I had to succeed. So instead of being one among the crowd, I thought I have to be different. I used to go to the management team members of the company and ask them if there were specific work problems that I can help them with. Many of them were surprised to see the confidence that I had to come and talk to them. Before that, they haven't seen it from anyone else there. But I felt I have nothing to lose. And that helped to get a few projects that the company was struggling with, which I handled successfully. All this helped me in my next role when I became the branch manager at the age of 28. I became one of the youngest branch managers in Schindler, Australia, for one of the second largest branches that they had. When I became a branch manager, most of the people were much older than me. They thought this was a crazy idea that a very young person has been put as their boss. Most of them were 40, 45, 50 years old. But I had to convince them that I know things that it would help them. At the same time, I never wanted to be a boss, but a great colleague and a friend. Never have I ever stood in front of them and said, I'm the boss and you will listen to what I say. My approach was, we are here together to make Schindler number one. There are things that you know better, there are things that I know better. Let us work together and make this organization the best ever. Within 3 years, we made the branch a best practice within the whole country. People were talking about how we were developing people, how we were developing strategy, how we were achieving our results. And this is because I gave importance to the people working for me and made them look better than anyone else. Further, after that, I joined Schindler India as a CEO. What I learned from these 3 organizations was taking bets which was not done before, entering paths that was never entered before. When I became the Schindler CEO in India, it was again a huge challenge for me to run a very successful organization which had R&D, factory and operation. But again, the concept of having people at the center helped me to become successful. Now, these 15 years in Schindler and my school and college life taught me a whole deal of things which I would like to summarize in just 5 key points to all of you. The first thing I want to share with all of you is network is net worth. It's very important to network with people to make you learn and improve. When I was in Australia as a young engineer, I had a chance to sit in a car with the Asia Pacific head. I got a 15-minute opportunity to drive him from airport to office. The impact I made on him was so strong that 5 years later, when I had to be interviewed for the Vietnam managing director position, he called and told the HR, please give him the job. I know this boy can do it. That's the power of networking. Now, you may be wondering, how do you improve your networking skills? It's not just about networking, but it's about communication skills and improving your confidence. My suggestion to all of you is join as a start the nearest Toastmasters club. You would find it anywhere in your neighborhood. Be confident to talk to strangers. If you're on a flight, in a train, in a bus, if you go to a party, introduce yourself. There's nothing to lose. If they don't talk to you, that's the worst that can happen. But if they talk to you, maybe you're talking to the next biggest CEO that you could have ever met in your life. The second point I want you all to think about is during your school and college life, apart from studying, try and do some part-time work or internship. Don't look for the money, but for the experience. You can learn something from everywhere, even if you're delivering pizza or if you're working in a shop, it doesn't matter. You will learn life skills. You learn to improve your confidence, talking to people. These are the most important skills organizations are looking for. Technical skills can be taught, but soft skills, you have to bring them with you. The third point I want to talk about is when you are working, don't work just to your job description. Work beyond your job description. Try and do things that nobody expected you would do in that role. The fourth point I want to talk about is self-development. Take constant feedback about what you're doing well and what you could do even better. Continuously improve every day where it's better than the previous day. Do things by constantly learning and improving yourself. And finally, my dear friends, it's about chasing obscene success. Obscene success is nothing but whatever you're doing, even if you're completing a small report, if you're sending a presentation, if you're working on a project, do it in a way that it inspires awe even for you. Even you should be amazed at the output of whatever you're doing. You should feel that this is the best that anybody can do. If you have this as a life ambition, I'm pretty sure you will succeed in whatever goals you have. Please remember, everybody fails, but failing fast and moving forward is what helps. I'm sure these 5 tips and my journey is going to help you all become even better. And my goal is to help you all succeed and become top performing students or professionals in your careers. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to me. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
अगर आप भी इस वीडियो के एंड तक पहुंच गए हैं तो मेरी तरह ही आप भी इंस्पायर जरूर हुए होंगे। आपको भी मोटिवेशन मिली होगी अपने सपनों को पूरा करने की। दोस्तों, सपने तो हम सभी देखते हैं, लेकिन हम में से कुछ ही लोग अपने सपनों को पूरा करने में सक्सेसफुल हो पाते हैं। मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूं कि जो भी इंसान अपने गोल्स को अचीव करने में सक्सेसफुल होता है, उन सभी में कुछ कॉमन स्किल्स होती हैं, जैसे कि अच्छी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स जो कि स्पोकन इंग्लिश से आती हैं। और दोस्तों, हम सभी इस स्किल को मास्टर करके अपनी लाइफ में आगे बढ़ सकते हैं जोश स्किल्स ऐप के साथ। इस ऐप में हम 1 by 1 वोकैबुलरी के नए वर्ड्स, ग्रामर प्रैक्टिसेस, रीडिंग और राइटिंग प्रैक्टिसेस के साथ साथ अपने जैसे अन्य हजारों स्टूडेंट्स के साथ ऑनलाइन इंग्लिश में लाइव बात करके अपनी इंग्लिश को वर्ल्ड क्लास बना सकते हैं। आज ही अपनी सक्सेस की तरफ पहला कदम लें, भारत के नंबर 1 स्पोकन इंग्लिश ऐप जोश स्किल्स के साथ।